Hello everyone, I'm Dean the Vaping Biker and I'm going to try for another quick vlog tonight. It's been a busy old week for me personally, not necessarily on the channel, so I really do apologise for that if you've been waiting for some videos that just haven't come. I think I did I do one, maybe two this week or this past week, so I'm really sorry I haven't had any more time to do others. We've had guests stay, so a big shout out to Minty and Kelly, who came and stayed with us for, well, not stayed with us, but came over to see us for a few days. That was awesome. And you know, it was great to hang out with some friends, but at the same time it meant that I wasn't recording videos, so you know, sorry about that, but life and all that sort of stuff. So we're back on track again now, hopefully, fingers crossed. I've done a review this evening of the Tug Tank, so that is up and running now, so that's an interesting little bastard. I quite like it, to be honest with you. I really do. It takes a while to get a boost up. I mentioned in the review that I think it's probably a good idea if you've got a DNA 200 to have the preheat kind of kick in there a little bit when you've got a ceramic coil, purely because just to get a little bit more energy to reduce that ramp up time just a wee bit. But flavour wise is entirely all right. Wicking wise, I've had no problems at all, and it just makes life easier when all you've got to do is re-wick rather than you know, recoil, because I'm lazy. You do get a little of juice, and I say in the review that I think it's because it's not burning hot when it hits your tongue. I think it's probably something that comes from some condensated juice that's kind of got somewhere in it, whether it's the drip tip or somewhere else. But yeah. But there we go. If you've seen it, you've seen it. It's not a bad little vape. So there we go. So that one has just come up. What else has been going on? To be honest with you, still looking for a full-time vapey related job. So we're waiting to see if anything comes across there. But that obviously has taken up some of my time, as well as looking around and seeing what's about for other stuff that is in my wheelhouse, so to speak. So fingers crossed something will come up shortly. But that has taken a bit of time, unfortunately, and doing things like updating your CV and your LinkedIn and all that other sort of rubbish that you have to do, then yeah, that has to happen, unfortunately. So that, along with a few other bits and bobs, has meant that my time has been quite short. So yes, hopefully, I said this on the last vlog, hopefully we're going to get back to doing regular stuff, but life gets in the way. How? Oh dear, I don't know. It really is, isn't it? Isn't it though? Isn't it though? Oh yeah, it is. Oh. Now then, what else has been happening? We had Dino and Cisco on the Ideal Home Show last week, which was fantastic. My Velocity V2 should be with us any day, I think. So fingers crossed. It depends how long it gets held up in customs, but it's in country anyway, so that's good and exciting. So that is something super to use. The Serpent tank that I mentioned in the last vlog that I got working is still working. It's still working. So that's great. And I've really been enjoying that. And I'm going to show you that on something quite exciting in a second. More exciting for me anyway. What else has been going on? I've got no batteries in here. Why have I not got any batteries in there? Because I took them out to charge them. Right, let me pop a couple of batteries in here, because did I say last week, and I don't think I did because I don't think I had it, I have got another Squonk box from M-Vapes. Did I say this last week? I'm getting like told I know. My memory's rubbish. Another Squonk box. This one is a beechwood and varnished. The last one that I had was I was going to spray up, which is why I wanted it just plain. Never got round to it. And so on this one, he's varnished it. There's a few changes involved on this as opposed to the last one, which I will go over when I get it. I'm pretty sure I did say about that, so I'm not going to go into that at any sort of time soon. But it is a full mech again, which I'm just very excited about. Okay, now on top of this we have the Hastur RDA, which my friend John from Inky Vapor fame on YouTube, so go and check out his channel for a couple of his reviews that are quite cool. And he's got massively long hair and looks like Rob Zombie. He's awesome, but really, really nice guy. And he put me in. No, what did he do? He didn't put me in anything. It's that point. It's like 9 o'clock on a Sunday, and I'm screwed. He highlighted this this Hastur V2 RDA and the fact that it comes with a squonk pin, so a bottom feed pin. So I was instantly excited by that. It came from Vapor Depot in the UK, and it's got a tiny little chamber, but I've put a couple of spaced coils. I've only had this a few days, so I will, it's obviously not up for review yet, but there's a couple of sort of spaced coils going on in there. Not the tidiest, but they do the trick. But that chamber isn't the biggest either, so that works out half decently for wick coverage, as well as being able to get sort of a reasonable amount of vapor. It's quite angry, which is good. So let me juice that up, and I'm going to have a little vape on this. But flavour wise, the only thing with this, it does have one of these annoying fucking, come off you bugger. It does have one of these annoying spitback guard rings thingy-jiggy bobs at the bottom of that. So that'll probably get hacked out at some point, to be honest with you. But I will leave it there and for the time being until I do the review. But vape-wise, lovely. Does the trick. Super. It's like I think that's about a 0.6 coil I've got in there at the minute. Nice and airy though. The flavour is pretty sweet. And this, did I say how much it was? 25 quid, I think it was, from Vapor Depot. Very happy with that. Very excited by that. So that's going to be coming up. I'm going to try and do what's coming up with what I've already talked about. The Goblin Mini V2, I'm having a cracking time with. I had a moment. I wicked it on Friday night at about 2 o'clock in the morning and just threw some wick in and didn't really pay much attention because I was quite tired and wanted to go to bed. And when I went into, I picked it up, juiced it up, and went into the city to get my barnet cut on Saturday. Juice everywhere, on everything. Basically, what I'd done is I'd packed it a little bit too tight, so it wasn't able to wick, and it wasn't exactly where it needed to be. So I just hossed off the barrel around the coil, just gave them a little bit of a tease, put them in the right place, give them a bit of a stroke to help separate the fibre a little bit, and then pop the barrel back on, and everyone's a winner. And it's not missed a heartbeat since. That is at 35 watts on a 0.46 coil. Everyone's a winner. Vaping like a good one, really great flavour. And the build, as I said last vlog, is the same as the build that I put in, or pretty much the same as the build that I put in the Goblin Mini V1. And this is pretty much the same way of wicking it, you know, popping the wick up, putting the barrel over the top, slicing them flush, and then giving them a little bit of a trim, and then delicately poking them down. And I've just had no issues, no leaking, no dry hits, nothing along those lines. It's been performing really, really rather well. And like I said in the last vlog as well, you don't have to have this this ring on. That's just to hold the, excuse me, that's just to hold the what's it called, glass drip tip on. You can take that off and pop a little one on yourself if you want to make it look all stumpy like and funky. Like it. I do like it. I really do like it. In fact, I'm going to leave that heatsink off just because the glass drip tips get covered in lip gunk so quickly. Just stupid quick. Stupid quick. But I'm really enjoying that. That's making me very happy. The wrap from Zap Wraps is zapwraps.co.uk, I think it is still holding up really, really well. I haven't got as far as doing an instructional yet, but I will do. So if you have thought about making one of your mods a little bit protected and giving it a bit of a different look, go and check out the Zap Wraps website, because that's wraps with a Z. go and check out the website because they've got a crap ton of designs on there, so you can find something that you'll like. And it's kind of it's a strange kind of vinyl, I think. So it's really kind of hard wearing. I've not had any issues. It's not started peeling on the corners or anything like that. I just followed the instructions on the install, and everyone's a winner. But I will do an install on something with one of the wraps soon. Now, what else have we got? That was that. That was that. Oh, coil now. Back in January, if you are on my Vaping Biker Facebook page, the links are down below in the description, by the way. If you're on my Vaping Biker Facebook page, you will notice that back in January, at the end of January, I highlighted some things called tweezers, which were tweezers and plier things. And Coilmaster have now started making them. They pop them in. Let me get this bad boy out. They pop them in one of these little blister packs. Is that called a blister pack? I think it's called a blister pack. And they look like this. Ta-da! So you've got some ceramic tweezers, all pointy there, which is nice. I haven't actually measured the diameter of them, or if they are actually properly round at the base, but I don't know. You're not going to be able to coil on that very happily. But yeah, so you've got ceramic tweezers there. You've got a big algae flippy thing there, and that is for... Have I got a tank spare? Here we go. What's this? This is the Griffin. So I want to take the bottom of that off, but it's having none of it. So you pop that in there, give them a squeeze, and then you can grip hold of it and undo stuff as you want to. So that makes life nice and easy. And then you've also got a much thinner one here that that can grab chimneys and all that sort of good stuff if you need to reduce them or take them off. Can't talk. But there's no sort of extra grippy thing in here. I know that the Plumes were looking at them a little while ago, a couple of weeks ago, looking at the Twizer style ones, I think, and also some 3D printed ones. These aren't 3D printed. They look like they're a kind of a plastic, nylon plastic sort of affair. Now, while there is ridges along the inside of this section, it's not... It's reasonably smooth. It's not 3D printed smooth, so they will actually grab onto things, which I think is quite useful, because I think the 3D printed stuff, because it can be quite slippery, they had a hard time, or Brian I think had a hard time gripping onto something and then twisting it. I haven't really played around with these that much so far, but so far they work, and they've loosened things when I've needed things being loosened over the last couple of days. But no, it's just quite a handy little thing to pop in your vape kit and stick it in there, and where you go, everyone's a winner. So they're quite useful. What else? Now let's talk about Darwin mods, shall we? Let's talk about Darwin mods. Now I've got the Velocity V2 coming, as I said. Now that does have a squonk pin in it, so I wanted to make sure all my squonkers were up to speed. Now I've got the old box here, the mech, which is great, and I also wanted to use my my Darwin Squonk 2. Is it called a Squonk 2? Squonk 3? No, Squonk 3, Squonk Cubed. And so I sent it back to Eddie just for a bit of a refurb, get a different bottle and a couple of bits and bobs. And so that came back to me the other day, which I'm super happy with. And he popped on a little Science of Vaping. I think this is the 5K atomizer, which is a funny bloody thing. It's an odd little thing, and you've got kind of posts that aren't straight, and yeah, it's kind of a bit strange. So I put a couple of very ropey coils in there. I'm going to embarrass myself by showing them, I'm afraid. But you can see that if I turn it like that, you can see that the negative posts are kind of off-centered to the center pin, which is a bit weird. But no, it's going like a good one. I've only built it today, in all honesty. I'm not going to lie to you. I've only built it today, but at 45 watts, it's doing a cracking little job. And this cap, I think, is the cloud cap, because it's got dirty, great big holes either side. I think this was coming with like a couple of 2mm holes, 3mm holes in them as standard. But yeah, so I've just had a little pootle around with this. I've just filled it up with custard, and it's vaping like a good one, and that's at 45 watts, and that's coming through at 0.4 on that coil. So that's pushing, what's that doing, 3.7 volts through there. and it's quite bloody nice, you know. It's a funny old tip on the end of that because that's too wide to actually put a drip tip in as such. So I don't know if they came originally with another one or not, but it's working. It does the trick, and it's an interesting little vape. And because the hole is, because the mouth hole is directly over the centre post and coils, and it's so you can see your coils through it. Because that's so huge, the flavour isn't half bad either, especially with that dual coil going on. So that's exciting. But as well as fixing that up for me, what he did was give me a trial piece. So it's not finished as yet, but look at this little puppy. This is a little bit of stabilised wood. This isn't a finished product, I have to stress that. But it's gorgeous. It's so nice. It's so nice. And it is just a little square. And I've been vaping it in my hand like so. It's got the serpent on the top of it. 30 watts. And that's lovely. It just feels so nice. It's, for a square, you wouldn't think it was overly comfortable, but it's all nice rounded edges and it feels just bloody gorgeous. Absolutely lovely. I think Eddie is starting to produce these slowly, so I'll pop a link to the Darwin Mods page or group on the under this video, so you can go and check them out. But obviously, if you've seen my videos, you'll remember that I bought one of the Evolvers from Darwin Mods, which was the series mech in stabilised wood and stainless, and that was bloody gorgeous as well. That's the closest thing I have to high end. I am going to be passing this on to another reviewer to go and check out when I've finished with it, and I've got to say I'm a little bit gutted about that because I like it. And it's the Star Plat board. So rather than the board, the SX350s and all that sort of malarkey, let's have a little look. Let me show you the screen. Oh, hello. Look at that, look. It's got all manner of kinds of information on there, and it does a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not going to go into a full review of that board at the moment, but I'm liking it. It's all working rather well. I would put the Goblin V2 on it, Mini V2, but because the airflow, you know, I said quite often that I don't like the fact that the Goblin Mini doesn't have anything protecting the air or the 510 underneath. You know, you have your holes directly either side of your 510 pin, so any condensation build-up you get is always going to be along the top of your 510, which just annoys me. But because of that, and because it's not my mod, and because it's lovely, gorgeous wood, I do not want to get any excess juice or anything on here because I don't want Eddie to hurt me. So, but as far as a mod goes, definitely go and check these bad boys out. I'm liking it a lot. So that's brilliant, and doesn't leave the house. So scared. I'm shit at borrowing other people's stuff. I'm a good stress tester because if anyone's going to break it, I'll manage to fuck it somehow. But yeah, I'm just so scared of borrowing people's stuff in case I do knacker it. But that's part of the reason I've got it, I think. So there we go. Had a bit of a tickly throat the last few days. Need a vitamin drink. Anyway, what I've got here has come from, what's come from where, by the way, just so you know who I've been dealing with. The Tugboat Tank came from Herman Vapes. I think I said that, and I'll put the link down below. The Goblin Mini I said on the last vlog, so go and check that. M Vapes obviously for the Squonk box. We've got this eFusion Mini that came from Vape Geek in the UK, and the Serpent came from M Vapes, I think. I'm sure it came from M Vapes. The Darwin Mod, obviously from Darwin Mods, and this little RDA from Darwin also. Now we've got something here which is a bit interesting because I like the Hastur RDA. those very nice people at Vapor Depot sent me the Hastur RTA. Now this has a build right at the bottom of it, so you can see the coils through the air in, and in a similar way to like the aroma miser, and I believe is it the billow or something, or one of those, you can do a similar thing. I'm pretty sure that if I hold this up close, it's going to be too dark, but you can kind of see a coil going on in there and a little bit of fluff. Yeah, you can kind of see a coil in that air hole somewhere. So you're bringing the air directly onto the coils, which I like. I like that as a thing. The liquid is coming down the side and it's going up under a couple of holes on each side, which works brilliantly. No single coil option, I don't think. But the way the air works, I mean, that's absolutely fine. I have got a lot more to do with this yet. It's top fill and all that sort of stuff. Holds a fuck ton of juice. I think it holds something like 6.7 mil or something of juice, which is, you know, it's brilliant. It's been going really, really nicely as well. It's quite pleasant. So it's quite cloudy. The flavour isn't half bad. And yeah, that's been a nice. This is a nice little beast, and I'm quite enjoying using it. The top fill has been it's tight up top. That's the biggest downfall for this. That top fill. You can see that little hole right there. That is what you fill, but you've got a chimney directly under or directly behind it. So high VG juice with a reasonably, even, you know, not a desperately thin nozzle, and it kind of wants to come back on itself and backs out a little bit. But that might be my fault because I haven't looked at any instructions or anything else. So that is something that I am going to have to look further into. But as far as it goes, I've been vaping on it like a beast, and it's been working out rather well. It's on top of a home wrecker box. This is the limited edition one with all the carvings and stuff and home symbols and male and female symbols on it and all that sort of stuff. Feels very much like an old school Sigelli. What these guys have done is allegedly come up with a way of controlling. Would you call it temp control? I think they call it kind of temp control for Kanthal, but it's certainly a limiting factor with Kanthal. I've got to update the software on this. They've got some more software coming out very shortly, which I believe that they are going to send me a version of. So I am going to have a check on that, update the software, and see how we get on. Now, there's been other reviewers that have looked at it. Phil recently had a video with I think the guy's name is Ben from Home Wrecker, or Home Tech, I think they're called, Home HOHM. And yeah, so it's been something that has caused quite a lot of controversy by saying that they're able to do temp control with Kanthal, and a couple of the reviews that have shown that hasn't happened. However, I've only got this yesterday morning, so I've only had a little play, and last night I was having a go, and it certainly was bringing down it was hitting some limit. Now, I'm not going to go into how it works at this stage, because whilst I've been brushing up on it as much as I can until the wee hours last night, I'm going to save a chunk of it for the review, because I'm going to keep an open mind on it. It seemed to do some positive things last night, and so I think it has the potential to do something pretty cool. So we're going to have a little look at that later down the line. It does work in a different way to temp control, with TCR values and all that sort of malarkey. Classic temp control at least, and it works with pings and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, leave that one with me and I will let you know what I think. But so far as the box goes, yeah, it is a chunky square thing. And in this day and age, do we want a square box, or do we want something a little bit more ergonomic with curved corners and all that sort of stuff? To be honest, it kind of takes me back to the Sigelli, so I'm okay with it. I'm all right with that. But if you're used to things that are all bendy, curvy and lovely and smooth, then this is not it. The engraving on the outside was it felt really rough, like all day yesterday, and then just it seems from use that engraving seems to have calmed down, so it's not rough on my hands anymore, which is pleasing at the very least. Yeah, so it works a little bit differently to how a lot of the other boards are working at the minute. It's not a Yeehee, it's not a Evolve, it's none of those. It's a board that those guys, the home tech guys, have made themselves, I believe. So more to come on that one. More to come on that one, but keeping an open mind, because why the fuck not? We all should keep an open mind. What else? Really proud of myself. I did do a little bit of tidying. Let me just turn that watch up a little bit. I tidied up all my space today, which, you know, it doesn't sound very much, but to me it's quite good. So I've got, oh, Eddie also gave me, bless him, at Darwin Mods, little drip tips tablet. Look at that. So pop all your drip tips in there. It's marvellous. Little Darwin Mod sign on the back there. Quality, isn't it? Oh. Right, what else have I got? I've got a big pole here coming out of a little desk vise that I've got, and it's holding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 spools of wire on it. Now, it might not seem very impressive to you, but I have had spools of wire all over my desk for as long as I can remember, and it's bloody annoying because I drop them and things all go wrong and it all goes a bit pear-shaped. The only thing that I haven't been able to put on is the couple of kidney puncher coil spools, because the hole in the middle is smaller than the rest of them. But otherwise, everything's been great. Still using the Beadle-on spool tamers. Very kindly, Craig from the show, from the Ideal Home show, sent up a few more as well. But if you haven't seen them, they're just these little bad boys here. These are just elastic, and you've got a little "How's your father" on the end there. Your wire goes through there. The rest of it goes through the. Let me show you here. Look, let me show you. It's just a lot easier, isn't it? Oh, hit the microphone. So the wire goes through there, and so you can just pull it, and everything will spin. This will turn round with the, you know, the feed of the wire, and it keeps everything gravy, and it stops it from going when it all hits itself, which is possibly the worst noise ever if you're a vapor and you've got lots of wire. It's horrific. What else? Is there anything else? I don't think there is anything else. How long has this one been tonight? 27 minutes so far. I'm trying really hard to keep it quick. Did I say about the cargo shotgun shell? Look, Battery Mooch. I don't know if I said about this before or not, but Battery Mooch suggested on Facebook a while ago to use shotgun shell cases for carrying your batteries, and not carrying, or storing your batteries. Quality, such an easy move. This is 10 to 12 gauge shotgun shell casing holder thingy, and that's brilliant. So you can fucking, where you go, everyone's a winner. You can't fit 26 650s directly in it, but if you get angry with a knife, you can. You take out one of these cross sections, and then you can fit two 26 650s in there as well. So that works. Yay! So I've got less stuff going all over the show. I think that's about it. I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. What have I been vaping on? What have I been vaping on? Vaping on the normal stuff. Just normal stuff, you know, nothing overly exciting. Let me just get a bit of a Google foo going now, just to let you know. Are you interested in what I've been watching? Do you care? Do you care? I don't know. What I will do, yeah. Fuck it. On a tickety poos. See, I started including kind of what I've been watching and a few shout outs here and there and all that sort of stuff, and it seems to have gone down reasonably well. So, you know, if you don't like it, tell me and I won't do it again. If you do, then here's some stuff. What have I been watching? Let's have a quick little look on this. That's history. No, subscriptions. Let's see what's greyed out, shall we? Obviously, Mr. Todd's vlogs. Watched that. He had a vlog up yesterday. The Suck My Mod. Matt and Vanessa did a video calling out getting sort of vape, not even vape fame, but famous people who vape involved, because there is a lot of a hoo-ha going on at the moment. What else? I think I started to watch Grim Green's vlog and then fell asleep because it was silly o'clock at night. So I need to catch up on that one. Obviously, there was the Ideal Home Show. Not quite vain enough to watch myself back, but there we go. What else? Is there anything new and exciting that I've had a look at? Ooh, now then. Oh, the Twisted Messes Square. I watched Grim Green's review of the new Twisted Messes, which was quite nice. I think I might have to get that at some point in time. I like the idea of that one. The Plumes, obviously. Got to watch the Plumes. Lovely guys that they are. Mr. Basardo did his interview with the Home Wrecker guy, and that was super interesting. Otherwise, I've Richard Ng review of the Tsunami RDA. That was exciting. I like that. There's a lot of talk going on about that Tsunami RDA at the moment from Geek Vape. So yeah, there's a lot of people getting excited, but it's bottom airflow. It's kind of like a Kennedy, but not. And, you know, so meh. Quick look and see if there's any exciting comments. I haven't checked my emails, I'm afraid, so can't read out any emails. So if you have sent me an email, I do apologise. Quick look, lots of very nice people. Oh, the build video about how to build coils for beginners seems to have gone down really, really well. So I'm really pleased that seems to be helping people out. Do you know what? Oh, there's a cover. Keith Sutherland mentioned Kanga might be bringing out a Squonk. As far as I know, they are. I've had a little look at the stuff that's been floating around, and I don't know if they'll send me one, but apparently they are. I think it's going to be around the 45 quid range for a single battery Squonker. Something that I am excited about is the new Aspire. What's it called? It's not called a Pavlova. Oh, I can't remember. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? Hang on, I've got to find out now. Tell you. Oh, dear. E-Cig Aspire. This is where I get the Aspire stuff in the UK. Oh, and by the way, they're giving a Plato. That's what it's called, the Plato. And the Plato is looking like, it's like kind of like an all-in-one. Like a similar way to what the knee box was, but way more variable. Looks like you can use mini Nautilus coils for mouth to lung, or you can use the Cleto coils for full-on lung hits. All in one little piece of kit, and it looks the tits. I really, really like the look of that. They have got, I think they've given me a discount for you guys of Biker 15. So if you do buy anything from there, stick Biker 15 in your coupon code or whatever it's called. Windy Pops, I do apologise. Yeah, so get some of those in you. So yeah, have a look on the ecigaspire.co.uk website and check out the Plato, because I think it looks pretty sweet. But yeah, they're going back to the Kanga thing. They bring the Squonk out. I seem to have split people with my Griffin review. Some of you seem to have gone, yeah, I was meh about it as well, and other people were going, well, you're wrong, because it was ace. So, you know, horses for courses, whatever you fancy, whatever does it for you, and that's the thing. I think that's about it. You know, I'm having a quick flick through, but it's not something that there isn't anything jumping out at me. So in order to stop waffling on and boring you, looking at a screen over here. I've got a different screen, got a second-hand screen over here, rather than using the wife's old LCD telly, which was a bit of a rubbish monitor. I've got another one now, and it's pretty. It's pretty. So, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Right, what am I going to sign off with? Let me use this because it's so pretty. Right, thank you very much for watching. I've been Dean the Vaping Biker. This has been a vlog and 35 minutes. It's less than the hour I normally pull out, so thank you very much. More reviews will be happening this week. I will be kicking in, so please subscribe. Check out the videos. Feel free to leave a comment if you've got anything to say, ask, or anything along those lines. And, yeah, and, I might do a little bit of a video in the week for something completely different, which could be fun. So, yeah. I think we're good. Thanks very much for watching. You have a cracker of a week. Mondays suck, but hit it with a smile and you'll be fine. Choose your attitude. I'm so happy these days. Thanks very much for watching. Have a good one. Have it large. What was that? No, I said have it large. It's come to an end. I feel an obligation to start again. Hello there, YouTube. I'm Dean the Vaping Biker, and it's just and I'm going to try and help. No.